You're there on the floor, and obviously you're chatting with a lot of the pros. I'd love to know how Drage is feeling today, because he's kind of baiting people on Twitter. Now is the time to go to bed. Oh, I can't wait to eat breakfast. But, jokes aside, it is this guy's first event of this caliber. He's out there bloody pop locking or whatever the kids do these days. But, is he looking confident, or do you think he's a little nervous?
Okay, Boomer. I mean, confidence. Knowing the guy so well for so long, I think that, Drake is like one of those people who's just kind of like itching to meme and get out there. And you see it on social media, it's a great thing to see, just like a great sense of humour. We have a quite dry one as well, because we are British at the same time. Absolutely, he knows how to put himself out there, and has the skill again to back up a lot of those ballsy statements. At the same time, Navi as well, very composed team, made a lot of changes recently. I've noticed them myself, and they're starting to become a lot more unpredictable, and that can be a scary thing.
So talk to me now about how your expectations for this European region might have been affected after, seeing SK Gaming bow out already. This is kind of redefine how you rank the regions in your mind coming in. Do you feel like maybe Europe, like a lot of these other games, are looking a little bit more unsteady, seeing how close maybe at least the NA region is?
I mean, I was saying it yesterday from the very get-go to a lot of players in the passings, and I did say I think that for a lot of people this is not going to be nearly as clear-cut as they think. It's such a different environment when you get on that stage in the Brawl House, and you kind of then are tested in a way that you've not necessarily been, or at least not for a while, in regards to the current world situation. So, it's controlling those nerves, it's keeping that composure, and sometimes when it all goes quiet, you need someone to drive that home and start to bring back the voices up. And when you haven't got a team opposite you, I think that's kind of an easier thing to do, at least not one physically in the Brawl House. So Navi at the same time though are going to be in their kind of more comforted environment. This is kind of where they're going to be able to really focus as well, and sometimes that can be an advantage in itself. It's quite a daunting thing with all the lights and cameras and ugly mugs like myself, shouting and ranting at them. It can be distracting for sure.
Absolutely, of course. You don't have to worry about being distracted. At home, ladies and gentlemen, you can head over to event.brawlstars.com to watch, interact, and earn rewards. Now, Ark, I know you're a bit of a skin collector. You know what I mean? You pointed that out earlier on. I know you're very offensive of your merch and stuff like that.
Yes.
I know a lot of people have been asking me how they can get their hands on the Cat Burglar jerseys.
I'm not going to apologise for that either, by the way. That is just what you get with me. Head on over to event.brawlstars.com. That is where you can place your predictions. I've got every single one wrong, so don't take any of my advice. That's what I will say so far. I've got one more chance remaining, and I did place my thoughts on TryBU. But at the same time, you can cheer for your favourite team. There's many ways to get involved and interact and cheer your team of choice. Obviously, those correct predictions do lead on to then adding tools and contributing to getting that Jesse skin. But look at that, over 68%. Aiming Navi over Tribe Gaming EU. 32% of the viewers at home think that Tribe Gaming EU will take this, but that's pretty surprising, I've got to say.
Yeah, I think MMA is scaring everybody. Like looking into that camera, the way he strokes it, I'm just waiting for him to put me in an armbar halfway across the world. Again, on this side of the stage, perhaps some more classical good looks from this team. But okay, Spen, all right, looking like he feels a little confident here. We've seen the defense predictions. I'd love to know. As someone who's actually had a really good chance to see both of these teams, and these teams sort of mix it up in the same sort of scenes. Do you feel like this audience prediction is accurate? Do you feel like there might be something to that? Or are you still confident in your UK boys?
I think the thing is, Tribe have got a huge following. There's no doubt about it. They're very charismatic as well, and have the skill to back it up. I think it's when you look on paper, as you rightly said, like Navi, 6 monthly final wins, 7 grand final appearances. Tribe Gaming EU, no final wins, no grand final appearances. So it is quite a daunting stat, but that was then regionalized. This is why I feel like it's kind of, at this point for me, a little bit unpredictable. We don't know how this clash is necessarily going to go. We have seen run-ins before, but this is a completely different environment. I mean, you know, going back to what you were saying about MMA, and he does actually do a lot of fighting. This is a big hobby. In fact, he actually did an incredible milestone yesterday, hitting 1 million subscribers over on YouTube. So, got to wish him a huge congratulations there. Again, we're seeing a lot of rise up in the pro scene. Many players going towards content creators sort of direction. And yeah, what an incredible milestone for him.
Absolutely. I mean, and now that you remind me, this is definitely going to be a matchup of huge content creators, because I know that that's what obviously, you know, Spen and Tom are really well known for, right? I mean, this team is, you know, full of very popular personalities here, and that's maybe why a lot of the fans at home are looking to try and get behind them in a big way. But we are seeing thumbs up there. Looks like Tom forgot his password. Apparently 123 didn't work, so and then he changed it, and then he forgot it straight away. I'm hearing it's coming in live. Yeah. So it's crazy. You know, you ever done that? Change your password and realize you had caps lock on when you put the new one in, and then you couldn't do it. Yeah, well, I mean, these guys are going through it right now. If you've had trouble, of course, you have to, you know, make sure you log in with your Supercell ID, by the way, over at event.brawlstars.com, because that obviously is what's going to be linked to your game account. It's what's going to allow you to earn those rewards. Maybe like Tom, make sure you remember your password.
Добро пожаловать в
Two goal skins on the side of Tribe. Drage going with the multiple
пока Navi выходит вперед, и мы болеем за
coming in,
команду, и мы надеемся, что мы выиграем.
Push this back, going into bouncing lane. So Drage makes the first play. Jump there from Jason.
Navi выходит вперед. Navi выходит вперед.
Spen, though, to at least find that elimination there, but
Против нас играет
the
Великобритания.
problem being used by Jason now to get out of trouble, and Spen is hightailing it away from that
Я
hit
надеюсь,
first.
что
As the
как
dust settles, it's Navi got
мы
blue star with a 1-star lead.
Yeah, Jason big taps got that super yes again. He's going to have to keep that in mind, because again, with the combo that Tribe are running, Piper is the weak link. Ideally, Tom gets taken down as well. So that is going to be 8 stars and the blue star in favor of Navi. The smash of Spen's hammer not going to connect with Jason either. So a chance to reset for Tribe.
Интересная локация вот эта карты-то.
I mean, this composition doesn't have a lot to do against Tick Super, by the way. I mean, Drake just has to run away. He's been completely zoned out now, and so much of the map has been cleared up. So
У Мамы
Drake's
есть
now
проблемы.
trying to get close to Navi without being detected.
У Мамы выходит проблемы.
Drake is there with the damage as well. Lifeblood going to drain MMA down, and that's Tribe you
Так,
in the
выше
lead.
вперед.
For how long? I mean, recipe.
Я просто очень волнуюсь, потому что мы Нави
Yeah,
победили в
disastrous there. He's always
этом
dashed into the shots, and it was a difficult one. And now outnumbered his Spen as all three of Navi come in on that corner side of a ditch attempt for Drake.
Очень хорошо.
I think the cancellation there actually came into effect as well. So now 6-star lead for Navi, but they are back in that spawn. There is enough stars there with one big team wipe for Tribe to turn this around in the final
Мама
moments.
выходит. Так, отлично.
Oh, not good for Drake. He's got nowhere to hide, and Jason's able to pick him off now. Maybe a little bit of disrespect there from the young
О,
Brit.
как хорошо,
It
как
goes against him.
хорошо.
Navi now looking confident. MMA able to knock Spen back. He gets a stunning blow on a cube who has 5 stars. And Drake leads him up. But it's going to take more than that. There's just not enough
Одержим первый
time. Nicely
раунд.
done from Jason to super out of the way.
Нави побеждает в первом раунде.
Start with that first round.
I think Navi did great.
Хороший
Honestly,
они выбрали,
I
очень
did
хороший
love the
союз.
strategy though from Tribe Gaming EU to come out with just really doubling down or tripling down on your tanks and your close range brawlers. I felt like it could have gone another way, but a couple of mistakes here and there, a couple of dashes that sort of
Я поставил голосование на Нави, потому что я обожаю Нави.
The kill differentiation is so important. So these big tank comps are a great idea, but sometimes it's very easy to
Очень, вот это
overcommit.
очень красиво было сейчас. Вот только что вот это было красиво.
Absolutely. I mean, it always feels like
Дорогие, сегодня у меня
you have
подлагивает
to
стрим.
commit to some.
У меня подлагивает стрим сейчас.
Getting out after the fact seems to be the issue for Tribe. Like,
Exactly.
unless it's a full team wipe, it seems like it's pretty dangerous. And I don't know. It seems like Navi had a ton of tools to get out to safety. Like the invulnerability frames given to you by, you know, the Piper Super is pretty huge, and the fact that Leon can slink your way as well. And look at the damage done. Yeah, Drage was definitely,
Да, второй раунд, дорогие
duking it
друзья.
out in the back line, but
Надеемся,
sometimes he was really on his own.
первой карты.
Yeah, it's a high risk thing. I do like the fact that Mortis is playable right now as a brawler because it's
Go,
in a great
погнали,
spot.
ребята,
I've got to say, and I know that Navi like to bring it out sometimes as well. So definitely that's appealing for me. Buzz as well, can definitely work it, absolutely. But I think one thing's for sure, Navi did very, very well against that kind of comp, and I think that now that the cards have been shown for that comp, that they're going to be going in with a much more prepared idea, and actually we're going to be seeing the same comps yet again. From both sides. Sorry.
Очень хорошо, ребята.
Tribe, yeah, they want to go in with the same look, but it's going to be tough for Sven. He's going to be surrounded.
Очень-
That Rage needs to come to his rescue immediately. Sven gives
Пока
credit
что
account of himself, though,
у
and
них синяя
is at least
звезда.
able to trade.
Надеюсь,
It's
нами
blue star for
это
Navi,
исправит.
and it's even for stars in general, so still more work needs to be done by Tribe. They are an all-in composition.
Это баг, у них вот проблема, это баг.
We'd like to have taken it down with the fists really, but at the same time, definitely not one that Drage can really go and contest. The smash from Sven not going to happen though, and Tom going in super aggressive. He's chasing the corner, gets the takedown as well. Super there to hand if he needs to come back out, but doesn't use it. Jason takes care of it.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Отлично, нам вышибла синюю звезду.
Super minus the stun
На
again.
одну очко мы вышли, его на синяя звезда.
That's been the problem for Tribe right now, and that's why they're still behind by a star.
Молодец,
A
Ма.
blue one at that.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой,
Yeah, I'd like to have
может
seen a bit of a dash out from Tom there, but I understand the reasons why he might want to preserve the
Ой-ой-ой-ой.
Rage is going to come in. My goodness me! And as quickly as that, he is a big bounty above his head, and I'm sure, no doubt, Sven and Tom are going to have to protect the president right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at this. Tribe are giving up a lot of this map control because they frankly have to.
Хотя у
And
Мальца и так синяя
this
звезда.
means letting Navi move up. He's
Ого!
trying to go aggressive there. He's only got 2 stars. But he
Отлично.
can do that, but he gives them away for free. And this means that Drage's hard-earned
Дорогие
stars
друзья, у
are
нас
giving him
20
a
секунд, чтобы
slight
выиграть.
lead right now. And it's
На
still
20 секунд,
17
чтобы
seconds
отнять
left.
у них синюю звезду.
Yeah, it's great value.
Хотя у нас
Tom
синюю
picking up
звезду,
the
это
double
мало.
stun off, but Ticket coming in to keep Sven low, and Cube knows it, so he comes in to try and shift damage. Strange comes in with a nice cycle there. Tom
О,
with the pick up to
господи.
MMA also 15 stars, but a turnaround potential with that smash from Sven will seal the deal.
О, блин,
20 stars
боже
and the
мой.
blue stars to Tribe, and we are all tied up in set 1.
И Нави упустил свой шанс.
That was buttery smooth stuff there. Start to finish, obviously Drage
И
moves
Нави
in very
упустил свой
aggressively.
шанс.
Make no mistake, everybody.
Нави
Tribe are playing
упустил.
the difficult composition here.
Боже.
Their setup is very challenging and
Они
it's
не
not
справились.
safe to play. But if you can pull
У
it
нас
off,
еще один есть
you
раунд.
get these crazy exciting moments, like we just saw there. Fantastic Mortis play.
Им
I
надо
love
просто
the
что-то
dash
придумать.
there, and you saw the Piper Super got baited out there by Drage. He realized that he wouldn't be able to get that kill and get those stars, so he dives in and dives straight back out. That's beautiful. It's not textbook. It's a bit more special than that.
Yeah,
Вот это даже неожиданно было сейчас вот этот момент.
Again, that first matchup didn't really work out well for Drake. Got some great value,
Вот
but
Фрэнк,
ultimately,
вот
every now
Фрэнк,
and
вот
again,
этот
it's a bit too
Фрэнк.
overly aggressive in that game.
Фрэнк
Absolutely
немного
played
он
perfect. Now the question I have
остановил.
here as well is, now that Navi have played that same comp and won, but this is they've lost. So are they going to switch things up? If those stats are anything to go by, I would suggest they do.
Вот это вот.
Zero kills
Да,
have made to 2
надеюсь,
of
что
top.
они
208
затащат вот это сейчас раунд, но они
DPS to
затащат.
the 11 or something.
Я надеюсь, вот эта сейчас карта они закончат с этим первым картом. Я надеюсь, что эти раунд Нави затащит. Нави должен быть...
Yeah, it's a weird comparison to make because those two brawlers are
Нави
designed to
должен
do
затащить.
completely different
Это
things.
гарантия.
Bear
Я
in
хочу, чтобы Нави
mind,
победил.
Tom can generate his super by just walking into those tick mines when he wants to. So having stunning blow, often available, I think is definitely very helpful because that's when the party gets started, right? We see Tom go for that super, Drage dives on in there. And it requires a lot. This is a dive composition, essentially. Requires a ton of coordination. And frankly, Tribe could have made things easier for themselves and played something like really stock standard. Like they could have, they could have tried to emulate what Navi are doing, right? Lollipop drop Leon, have Tick there, just try and play for sort of control. But no, these guys they're ballsy. I love it. Spendo tries to find that blue star and he's punished.
Well, I like this for Tribe. So now going back to. I would tend to play myself. I'm a big Piper fan here, and Sprout is a nice choice for Spence to walk down these lanes, and then have Tom going for a bit of assassination. It tends to be a great strategy to have going into this matchup. But a slow start with 3.
Ой-ой-ой, вот
nice
это было больно.
to a 3-2. But it's still Tribe just slightly behind. Nice block off there. Spin on the right hand side, forcing Q into a bit of a spot here. Sport from Drake with the home mirror. We did miss, and a returning one is going to keep him very, very low now.
Drage has to pop this super there and actually eliminate some of the cover that Piper wants, because that's the star power that Drage has. That will increase his effectiveness firing from these bushes. Tom has actually made a lane switch here, so he wasn't able to really do too much about Cube there. And see him try and look for an opportunity to open this up a little bit more, but it is up to Tribe. They need to find an opening in this. So much terrain blocking their line of sight that might prove difficult.
Cube's going to pop the Drage finds it. Oh, he's the lollipop drop as well. The top of the pickup. That's a Tribe gaming easily. Very, very calculated. It's got to be said, especially when, you know, for all intents and purposes, there, Cube was at his strongest.
You did right, but this is years of Brawl Stars experience now starting to shine through from Tribe Gaming. They knew exactly how to just pick out a couple stars, put themselves in the lead, and now it's all up to Navi. Can they do something about these veterans that have really started to stake their claim now? MMA is so low, it's going to be a hedge to prevent him from advancing any further forward. Jason needs to be careful. The space is being thrown in his direction now. It's Cube just disintegrates as he walks up the top. Stuff there from Tribe Europe. They show us two distinctly different looks. They're flashy and I love it.
Yeah, it was quite a close finale there, but one nice time retreat back into spawn there. Tribe Gaming EU, and they did have a nice celebration at the end of that matchup, so clearly Spirit's running high. You've got to keep that in your side. I mean, we saw earlier today just how much it benefited the Tribe Gaming NA team. Much the same sort of vibe on the stage at the moment with everyone celebrating, but again, Navi are very good at a comeback and they can get inside your mind, so no doubt they will also be having a bit of a conversation in the background as to what went wrong for them.
And of course, just a reminder that this called Be It first as well. Tom and Spence nameplates on their monitors are actually back to front on stage. So, yeah, Tom is playing on the far left side, Spen on the far right, to make that clear. Trying to, wondering why that doesn't match up. Now you know. Look, solid stuff from Navi. They showed us they at least knew how to deal with that aggressive dive to a degree. But this from Drage was incredible. There's a last hurrah, a head first even used there. But a lifeblood at close range means that Drage can just go for broke there. That's scary stuff.
Напарника Леона Нави надо было идти вот в эту сторону. Again, I was surprised by the predictions to be so far away simply because again the fact that Tribe Gaming EU are so well known. But at the same time, this is looking a good start for them. For what has been a bit of a rough year, I think it's fair to say as well. There's some stats here as well. 48% damage from Spen again with that Sprout Brawler being such a great use of control, but 40% there on Jason on the Piper side as well. Cube though on the low side of things, 22% of the Leon, but only 2% off that of Tom, so I think that's kind of fair to say that with Leon it's kind of harder to gain those moments of traction with your shots. You've got to kind of time them very, very carefully. But we are swiftly moving past Layer Cake into backyard ball, Brawl Ball, and very, very open space map, sometimes a bit stalemate. We saw earlier today some slow starts to the game. I kind of wonder how this one's going to go for these teams.
Yeah, I think you make a great point there, because vastly different to Layer Cake in terms of its sort of setup there. Now, Layer Cake's the kind of map where, the crew from Tribe can play a sort of close-up compositions. They can dodge a lot of the poke damage coming in. Sprout also worked there because you can box people in. Here it's a little bit harder, but so many sharpshooters still available, right? Bell was the only one that actually ended up getting banned off. I do like the poker. Right, you take away some of the safe options that a lot of teams like to adopt, especially like the safe sort of mid-max, whether they want to go aggressive, obviously, with that super, or sort of play safe there. So Tribe want to try and, bait their opponents into playing the riskier setups, because I feel like that's where they feel like they can win. We saw that already, sort of with the Mortis and Buzz look from the Tribe are not afraid to take the risky road.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed so far as well. But look at this. Look at the confidence now we are running. The Mortis and the Frank, and they're not wasting any time. We are not wasting time in terms of the game. We went straight in, and Navi went straight for the prize. Taken care of now, but Drake had to earn that pretty quick to be able to defend that.
Absolutely. Spen there just got absolutely blown up. I think he thought he could get up close and personal to the Frank, but he's punished there. Drake, he wanted to try that super.
О, как нам хорошо пошло.
Mortis is pretty darn squishy. Drake's going to be knocked out of the mech here, and Spen's going to be in trouble. He goes for the super. Full treatment lands, but MMA's going to walk in. Is there anyone to stop him?
Хорош.
He just sends him to
Нави
the back of
выходит
the
на
net.
1 пол вперед.
Nicely done, gotta be said, especially considering it's a spike
Это
there. I
очень
think
хорошо, дорогие друзья.
so many pros now are kind of edging towards life plant as a saving maneuver on the gadget side. It definitely is probably pinkish to a state where sometimes it's actually quite useful to have those preventation measures. Let's see now, Spin wants to go forwards. Oh, a nice life plant there from Tom, and it did actually help get the takedown on the cube, so great synergy there. The super going down as well. Trying to, I imagine, base out the super here. Will they connect? Straight to the switch. Tom's able to walk in. I can't believe the MMA did not go for the smash there.
О, как же
It was a little
больно.
bit too late. Maybe MMA expects to have a little bit more time, but Tom had himself positioned in that bottom left corner, and it's a miscalculation, I think, there from Navi, who had the tools to slow that down.
I super pass away from Sven.
Они разрушили стенку.
I think he had to push it away, and now the swipe on the shot. Surely it's there. It is there. Driver able to get the second goal, despite being behind at the start of the game.
Oh, Spenny's unreal there. You saw what was happening. MMA was trying to go for the setup, right? Fire off the ball, go for a stunning blow and secure a goal. But Spen received the super shot and then is able to get the ball away. And he doesn't get caught by the stunning blow. That is dirty. Dirty stuff there. And again, I like to see that they're showing a little bit of flair
К
here.
сожалению, ребят, мы проиграли
Navi tried to bring them
первый
on. They
раунд
said, look,
в
we can play
Роболе.
that kind of game too, but you know,
У
you
нас
are
еще есть
dealing with
второй
Byron.
раунд.
That Byron super can really
Я
turn
даже не
fight
знаю, что
around in
предпринять.
there. So great
Нави
read from Tribe
пока
to have
что
a pretty solid proposition
проигрывает
against that.
этот
I
раунд.
gotta say, I love the way that Navi
Мы
came out
надеемся, что
so
Нави хоть что-то
quickly.
прибит.
They knew they had the
Потому
kind
что
of
они первый
shock
гол
treatment
просто
behind
очень
their
хорошо
pick
забили.
and the Frank, and they wasted no time at all with that early goal. But you gotta hand it as well back to Tribe Gaming EU for the way that they handled being under that pressure. So
Они...
remember that super pass away.
Вот это
They knew
был вот
that
этот момент,
blow was
который
potentially
самый
landed.
опасный.
It probably should have
Ну,
fallen
почти
into
что они не
and then
смогли.
here, they take down the damage as well and able to get it back before the shot go through. Great place from Tribe Gaming EU.
And look, I'm loving the use of black plant there from Tom. Yeah, you're right. That popping pin cushion there against the Frank would have actually got the elimination, prevented the goal. But the light plant usage was really clutch from Tom in a couple of those situations there. It's a huge tool to have a spike if anyone tries to jump on top of you, or if you need to block some of those shots coming in. And yeah, the mech comes out here for Drage, and once he
Итак,
gets
команда вышла
once he
вперед.
gets in the mech, he looks pretty scary.
Yeah, it's again a brawler which now players have had time to really get down, to grasp with and to see the strengths, see the weaknesses. So we are seeing more and more of Meg, but yeah, surprised in terms of the lack of bans towards Meg, in all honesty, because she really is a force to be reckoned with, can change the flow and swing the game around at any given moment, really. Yes, it's, you know, a brawler who's only really going to tickle your opposition when you haven't got it, but once you get in that mega, everything changes and you're able to come back with so much force.
Yeah, right. I mean, her super and mecha form does like more than 3.4k, right? So, you know, you can basically one hit, you know, a brawler.
Они с таким пинком играют, а у них поменялись. Только замес уже.
Very solid with that one. He did not miss. He did a big tip. Jason trying to go in, full treatment drop there by Spin. Also a self-ejector, so all the healing coming out of it.
Выходит вперед.
Doesn't keep Drage up. MMA wants to try and come forwards here. Action noise cancelling. No, it's going to be Tom to find the elimination ball. Heading to the top left.
Make good decision making there from Tribe to leave Cube and just kind of get that off the respawn or get the ball away in the eventuality that it would be a more aggressive play with Jason there
О,
coming
как-то
in.
хорошо.
The cycle finds it, second super coming in. Spence
Давай, ма, пошел.
It's not going to be enough DPS. That is going to be the
Очень
same
хорошо.
story. And Navi will get the first goal.
You can see just how much depends on Drage being in mech,
Итак,
right?
дорогие
Now
друзья,
he's able to do that. He didn't have his
в Лиге британцев появился новый.
Now you have to play a little differently here, but Jason still wants to go aggressive, but he does. Clean Spen's clock.
И мы выиграем первый раунд.
Okay, this was not nearly as close this time around.
Мы вытащили победу у великобританцев.
Jason.
У них
He was
ничья.
absolutely popping off. I mean, he was
Сейчас
on
будет
a
интересная
fire that
катка.
game, and I think a very different Navi coming out of that game. The pins said a lot to me as well. I think that was their plan originally all along. It didn't work out in the last game, but it absolutely did in that game. And you can see that was kind of what they envisioned off the back of their scrims. That was the plan. It just didn't kind of show itself. But watch this from Jason. Absolutely disgusting. There's second super lining it up, taking his time, and just hopping off as the Mortis. Not an easy brawler to play on Backyard Bowl, by the way.
Absolutely.
Вот как хорошо сделал этот.
What worked in his favor, I guess, was Dre spending a lot of time out of mech and the Amber not really getting a lot of impact. I wonder what the idea was there for Tom. What was he trying to achieve with the Amber?
Но еще рано радоваться, дорогие друзья. Впереди у нас третий раунд.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that we didn't necessarily even
Все решится в последнем раунде броубола. И пойдем уже
that is impressive. But I think you make a really, really valid point. I think that the Amber has got
все решится в горячей зоне потом. А сейчас решится все в броуболе. Нави получит. Надеемся, Нави выиграет этот раунд. И у нас будет одно очко. Сейчас мы посмотрим пики у Нави и у Великобритании. Я не знаю, как Великобритания называет команду, но я на русском можно перевести, но я не знаю, как прочитается, но Великобритания. Пока что.
I mean, this matchup has delivered. Both teams have busted out the Mortis straight off the bat. A pick that we used to get especially excited for in our monthly finals, because in so many cases it wasn't the coiling snake sort of extra dash.
Сейчас приготовится бой. И, наверное,
he's much more of a mobile threat. You can see how Jason was able to cross the map so effortlessly there as well, especially with super available. It's just so hard to blow up the Mortis, and the burst damage is real. You want to see more of the Meg? Again, if you're Frank, you want to take damage, essentially, especially if it comes in such small amounts like Meg provides. But Meg was happy enough to, well, hit a large target and build up. All right, Drage, what have you got for us here? He's clearly still feeling confidence, and it's time to see what Tribe have to try and close out Brawl Ball.
Итак, начинается третий раунд. Команда вышли на поле и начинает жесткую игру. Сейчас мы посмотрим пики у команды Великобритании и у нашей российской команды Нави. Так, такой же пик, но у Тары появился. Это что-то, не знаю. Дрейк все-таки оставил эту Мэг с таким же пиком, кроме Тары. Том взял Тару. А мы пока оставили такой же пик, но не могут выйти, потому что... Итак, Нави выходит вперед. Нави пока что проиграл в первом туре, но у нас сейчас броубол катка, так что... Да, Нави красная. Первый гол за Нави, дорогие друзья. Нави забил свой первый гол. Российская сборная. Дорогие ума, проблемы здесь, так что... Дорогие друзья, у нас очень... Ма спасает свои ворота, спасает свою команду, дорогие друзья. Ма зашел и просто стащил мяч. Просто с ультой. Просто всех загасил. И, дорогие друзья, и еще один. Пошел. Нави выходит вперед. Ультует и он забивает гол. Мы первое очко заработали, дорогие друзья. Российская сборная выходит на ничью, дорогие друзья. У нас одно очко. И вот это получается ничья, дорогие друзья.
It was disgusting.
Нави
I mean,
просто хорошо отыграл этот раунд.
face off the target.
Нави
He doesn't even need to
просто
finish off the
лучшая
stun
команда в
target. He has
мире.
the super shot available. That is filthy stuff.
Просто лучшие. Если эти роки, если Нави посмотреть эти роки, я хочу сказать, вы подарили гол всем российской сборной. Всю российскую. Весь город за вас болеет, я за вас тоже болею.
Distance closed so incredibly quickly, and you know that was a great moment for Navi to turn around. You can see just how much they needed that to bring back smiles on their faces, because until that moment, again, I was looking mainly towards MMA. I was getting a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, the Mortars play is looking very, very good for Navi as well.
Великобритания сейчас очень, не понимал, что произошло прямо сейчас. Что спас свои ворота своей команде. И благодаря этому он подарил всем победу. И подарили и Нави, и игрока за Нави очень хорошо. В этом раунде они проиграют со счетом 2. Они проиграют со счет 1-2. Ему не хватило всего еще немножечко. А сейчас они вышли вот в контратаке и как пушили их замутиться. И они вышли и просто забили свой гол. А вот это самое офигенное. Нави был свой первый гол в этом раунде. И вот это самое опасное было момент. Чуть не забили в наши ворота. И просто лица радостных Нави просто лучшие игроки во всем мире. Итак, дорогие друзья, следующая карта — горячая зона. Горячая зона. Сейчас мы посмотрим, какие у Нави пики будут. Надо никаких перерывов.
Fire comes up here for Hot Zone in our third set.
Okay, well, I'm going to be honest, this was a bit of a struggle for Tribe throughout the majority of this year. Hot Zone by far from their best mode, and I'm sure for that reason, though, at the same time, preparations have surely gone in because, you know, they're going to know it. And teams have been spending a lot of time addressing their weaknesses, but you know, this is going to be one of those times when Tribe can demonstrate that they can do so. Ring of Fire in particular has been a map which they have really struggled with. It might even be, I believe, looking back, it was a 0% win rate on Hot Zone, I believe.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
For sure. Look, again, I think Drage on the Mega was something you said you wanted to see more of there, but you saw how much he gets punished when there's like 2 stuns to deal with, right?
Итак, команда выходит.
You know, dealing with the Meg, it was like a torpedo throw stun, and then a stunning blow, and all of a sudden Drage was no longer.
И сейчас посмотрим,
you know, he needs to not get in his own head there because he was targeted, he was focused down on that previous set. And you know, and Navi definitely were looking at the league experience player on Tribe, try and get his head. Oh, okay.
Пик у наших ОПМ и Тара. А вот у пика у Великобритании тоже Лоу, Спайк и Бэйрон. Нави выходит на Магачку. Только что досмотрели нашего напарника. И сейчас, похоже, Великобритания хочет атаковать свою зону. И поэтому Нави старается. И сейчас вышел вперед Нави и держит точку сборной. Итак, ПМ контратакает. Как хорошо это они сделали. Не стоит было на него нападать. Так, Нави отходит назад. И сейчас по итоге возрождается наш напарник.
connection there from. I
Так,
did honestly feel that Drake was
его
nervous by
напарника.
that one. It looked very,
Так,
very
у нас
close indeed. They do manage to get
64%.
the takedown there. MMA coming back in now, but there's a lot of good.
О, ма, как
Ready for
хорошо
Navi.
застал
Using that super there. Good
нашего
time to do
противника.
so. They got full control and they are suppressing this one so
Так,
successfully well. Look at
и-
the aggressiveness of that hit. Healing station as well, so far forward as they can afford to be.
I mean, it's the Luke gadget that are so
Только что
scary as
спасали.
well. If you're sat inside that super,
И Нави уничтожает своего противника, и сам погибает. Команда набирает еще 5%, еще немного. Пацаны, давайте поддержим. И Нави одерживает победу в первом раунде. Дорогие друзья, мы только что одержали первую победу в первом раунде в горячей зоне. Просто лучшая команда. Великобритания просто в отчаянии, что они проиграли этот сейчас раунд. Сейчас решится во втором раунде. И мы должны это затащить.
To have a lot of team mechanic and teamwork there, but both teams clearly thinking the same kind of lines with the loop. But for me, yeah, the Pam from Jason provided so much value from that healing station.
And oddly enough, the Spike and Tara elements were actually not as relevant in that particular round. I don't think that we needed to see any huge pulls from the Tara there to really make the difference. Obviously, it looks very messy. Watching the point, both losers just throwing those supers down. Drake did considerably more damage, but much of this damage went on the Pam, who just healed him straight back up.
Yeah, and
Драк,
actually,
что ли?
stats, MMA, more kills, less DPS.
Итак, дорогие друзья, сейчас будет второй раунд.
Hoss's in objective mode.
И мы надеемся просто Нави, что мы затащим этот второй раунд. И мы пойдем на захват кристаллов. И там все решится в финальном бою. Но сейчас у нас второй раунд в этой зоне, и мы идем в атаку. Нави, мы болеем за вас. Вы нас не слышите, но мы наши болельщики, я болельщик, очень сильно хотим, чтобы вы выиграли. Мы очень сильно за вас болеем, и мы хотим, чтобы вы принесли нам эту победу сегодняшнюю. Так, обсуждение команд. Что будет интересно, значит, они что-то придумывают. Походу, они выбрали другой тип у Великобритании, потому что это понятно. Итак, команда выходит вперед, и мы тоже выходим вперед. И сейчас мы увидим, какой же пик у Великобритании. Мы сегодня... И Модис выходит вперед, и мы... О, вот это да, вот сейчас у Нави был очень больно. Итак, дорогие друзья, кстати, пики у Нави, Фрэнк, Модис и Роза. А у них Урон, Байрон и Мэн. Мы отстаем от очков, дорогие друзья.
Obviously, Frank could be pretty easy to juke, but not when you're a huge target like you're in this mech. Drade's got another super there, and now he's going to regen some of that health, so it's going to be a little bit hard to get him out of this mech at the moment. And he's using the glow light to his own advantage, closing the gap so that super in mech at 3.4k or more damage gets to be used liberally.
Great work from Tom there. Cube as well kept very low as a result, and I think that's a problem which is fair to say Tom would love to go towards. I'm surprised it took so long to see it, in all honesty. It's one of his go-tos here. Drake has the swipe as well, which is keeping MMA low despite all that HP, but now this is the chance for Navi. The score is actually very close. It's considered. Tom has some great moments, but look at this. It's almost neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, the road light, MMA getting the standing side.
Итак, у Нави 8 очков, дорогие друзья. И, дорогие друзья, мы просто вслепую забираем этот самый тяжелый раунд. Дорогие друзья, мы только что завершили второй заработали просто второе очко. Нави просто вышел вперед. Нави, мы вас очень сильно обожаем. Просто
They take the lead
Обожаем.
now, which is a massively important factor here, and yeah, probably gonna
И
have to
мы,
rethink this
и
one.
сейчас
And
будет
this is a
самое
great help
жесткое,
received.
это захват кристаллов. Мы надеемся, что Нави выдержит эту победу в захвате кристаллов. Мы очень сильно хотим, чтобы Нави выиграла в этом день, выиграла это испытание. Это нужна очень сильная победа. Сейчас все решится за кристалл в первый раунд. Мы заработали в третьем этапе второе очко. Мы вышли вперед. И сейчас мы увидим, что сейчас произойдет в захвате кристаллов.
Gem Grabbers is going to be our next game type, and it'll be a classic map. Before we get there, we can review because we came out with the Lou Mirror match.
I mean, this was the thing. Again, similar ideas going in, no doubt about it. Tribe and Navi both clearly been watching each other's strategy because yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Lou making a mark, and they both predict more or less what's going to happen here. But despite what I felt was actually going to be going in Tribe Gaming EU's favour in this particular match because they had such a great start. And Navi was over time overpowering the idea. Once all those three reliabilities were in play, it's been so much more maneuverability and unpredictability on the side of Navi, and Tribe started to struggle.
Это хорошо, что они взяли Розу. Вот этот человек, дал Розу, взял себе. Это очень сильно хорошо. И он умер 4 раза и убил 2 раза.
These tanky brawlers to actually stand on the point and be hidden at the same time. Especially if you're dealing with like Crow, for example, one of the really annoying, or having to deal with that mech of Meg.
Начинается самое жесткое, захват Харт, Рок, Меня. Сейчас Нави выходит вперед на одно очко. Со счетом 2-1. У нас 2 очка, а у Великобритании 1. Это сказать так, что мы надеемся, Нави возьмут правильный пик, и мы это сделаем, потому что мы очень хотим, чтобы Нави вышел на этом финале. Мы хотим, чтобы Нави вышел на финале.
Side of Tribe Gaming EU, Lola and
Дорогие друзья,
for Navi, and I think that they were very, very good bands, very appropriate bands for me. It's
дорогие друзья, второе очко, 4-й этап, финальный бой. Игроки вышли на поле. Сейчас мы увидим, кто же победит в захвате кристаллов. Сейчас или никогда. Я хочу, чтобы Нави выдержала эту победу, и мы вышли в финал. Из-за я тоже начал стримить. Нави первый захват. Кстати, атаку первый у Нави пик, Бас, Роза и Пэм. А у Великобритании Пэм, Мортик и Роза.
This map is going to be filled with that and unpredictability coming into play, yeah. Pushing the mid, Spain will be forced back here as May, they'll get some
Они решили отдавать панки П, потому что Пэм очень сильный в добивании. И сейчас у Нави 7 кристаллов.
Now, between the Rosa and the Pen, that's going to be less an issue for Drake. He wants to try and dive in on the gem carrier. A lot of damage. Lifeblood used Jason so low. But Rosa the healing station down. Ben tries to step in to help out, and Drake is still standing with the gems.
Добивание. О, как же больно посмотрел.
Who's on 616 HP. He was so lucky to survive that situation. Teammates came on the calling lead to ensure that the gems they did get down were going to remain there. But this is the one that Tribe got to capitalize on again. They do not want to be facing off against a match point. Great aggression spent. Down the healing station as well. Thomas got 2 jam there. He's got to be very, very careful coming back from this spawn.
И он добивает.
The stuns from Cube have been absolutely pivotal here. First on Drage, who's trying to drive in, trying to find a way to get access to Jason. Then is to take 2 gems away from top. This is looking dire for Tribe. And there needs to be a big play made here. Drage the one to watch. May pops the Super Drage going in with the timing perfection there, but the gems were dropped, and there were Tribe's gems that dropped.
Not
Нави
now, he's
выпало
going to be
больше
picking them back up. A
кристаллы.
bit of a reset, but
У него 12
nonetheless,
кристаллов, и может
that is a great move for
реагировать.
Navi to be able to
Сейчас увидим,
capitalize
что
with those
сейчас
12
будет.
gems safely in the pocket for Jason.
4,
Navi
3,
going to be whiling away these
Два.
last few moments comfortably as Jason
Первый
sheepishly
раунд за нами, дорогие
backtracks
друзья.
to the top of the map with 12 gems to his name. And there it
Пока
is.
что
The Buzz play was just incredible. You know, we think about Buzz as an assassin arc who wants to dive in, eliminate this single target. But this was reactive, defensive Buzz
Сейчас
play.
будет
Navi realized
самый
their most
последний
potent tool
бой.
in their arsenal was the stun, not the
Команда
engage from
нужна
Buzz.
одна
And using that
победа.
torpedo throw time and time again to make so Drage could not get to Jason. Watch him try
Я
to do this.
держу
Look at
свой
Q's
кулаки,
positioning here.
что Нави выдержит
Trade
его. Вот это
Yeah,
было очень
no risk
сейчас
about.
круто.
And again, what Navi have been so
Просто
good at recently and so great at showing us is like how much better they're performing as a unit and having that constant supply of support, which has been something which they struggled a little bit this year, but making some big changes now in terms of the scoreline. Again, you know, much more kills on the side of Navi there with 4-2, which it might sound like much, but in gem grab it makes a big difference. Very close.
Those are the gem carriers. Yeah, they're very relevant. I mean, the fact that one gem carrier has no deaths should tell you all you need to know.
Exactly. Well, I mean, now the pressure really is on. Tribe Gaming EU's tournament lives depend on this next game. They've got to make big changes, and bold ones at that, or their journey here could be over today.
It's a single elimination tournament. Tribe Gaming, loved by so many.
болельщики Нави.
You know, so many huge
Мы
fans.
болельщики
Wanted to see them go
Нави,
all the
Нави.
way, but it's Navi and Khabib, the MMA dynamo, standing in their way.
Мы начинаем
And his play is
этот
just as
раунд.
scary as his facial hair. I'm telling you right now.
Просто.
Been a long road for this Tribe team. You know what I mean? They had a roster shuffle. They take a chance on the
И
young gun
мы
Drage,
просто
the
попадем
wonder
в
kid,
финал.
to try and take them to greater heights. Sven and Tom, they want to hoist another trophy. They want to relive those 2019 dreams. But right now, they're on the precipice
Потому
of
что
being
в
eliminated.
полуфинале будет третий день. Все решится в третий день.
This is
Нави.
where it all counts, it all matters, every moment. Choosing the right brawlers, and also, you know, going in to hope that you've got the right timing to choose those brawlers. At the moment, Navi keep using the same strat, bringing in the Rosa, having the Grow Light, having the Frank, big brutes. The poker ban as well doesn't seem to be affecting their attempts to continue doing this idea, which must be a pattern which has been recurring recently. And you know, how do you go against that? How do you counter this idea? Again, we haven't seen a big play at all by Drake yet. It's a brawler which I know that Drake does play successfully so well.
Наша российская сборная
This is where
дома,
the
а
mind
тут
games take control.
Великобритания против
If
нас
they were to
играет.
change towards that now with the 10 counter idea, it's the time
Вот
that
это
Navi
наша
don't
Нави.
play that strat and go with something
Это
else.
российская
And they've been
сборная.
so good at that recently. The mind games is where they've actually at their strongest.
По пикам все тоже так же.
Tribe Gaming EU
Они использовали тоже такой же
for the
пик.
World Finals life. They come in with a buzz here,
Ой-ой-ой-ой,
trying to try and match
только что
Cuba. They
потеряли
get an
одного
elimination there in the buzz fight at the top
одного
of your screen.
нашего
Jason now has much more to threaten him. Drage
союзника.
is a safer kind of assassin this time around.
Yeah, Tommy cautious on the left
Я
as
сейчас
well, but
стремлю.
Cube's going to find him there with the sun as well. But this is what I mean, the support is always there.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Navi was there, had the fists connecting nicely. Drake as well, going to stun the turret and also
О, как хорошо пошло!
He's on fire! The guy cannot be stopped, he's solo now though, and Sven has a hasty retreat.
Drake coming from Tommy, body blocks there for Sven.
Нави выходит
Gems on the
вперед.
camera, but Drage falls. He had a couple of his own
5 кристаллов у Нави.
foray and assassination on
К
Jason.
сожалению,
MMA's not gonna get
Мапа
away
не
with it, though, with
погибает
this
в этом.
Tribe in the lead. This is going to be a scrappy affair. Not one-sided at all. It's going to be close, but Cube gets a sudden Drake. He's going to be able to get away with those gems now. Healing Station's thrown down to keep Cube alive. And
И так ГЗБК с 7 кристаллов нужно быть впереди.
Cube's insane.
8 кристаллов.
I'm just going to go out and say that. I've been saying it for a very long time. I do feel like he is and has been developing so well this year. Fantastic aggression and cycling ability from that man. And he's not done yet. Continuing on now. But can Tribe solve this one more gem to spawn the countdown? And it's coming out now, Uber.
huge scrap sucker there from Jason. It looked like Trade was going to go in for the kill, but he had to turn tail and run instead. 12 seconds left in the round. Now strong stuff used by both Royces. Tom's trying to get towards the pan, but MMA stands in his way. Trade gets third on by Steve. He's forced to back away.
О боже, на одной кристаллов не хватило.
Navi is still close though. They need one more to get the counter going.
Oh my word, can
Но
Tribe
у них
continue to
есть
keep this
шансы
one up? The
забрать
gem
кристалл
task
у
split, it must be
Великобритании.
said. I don't think it's time for enough of a recent spawn from the mid. Q going in, does get taken care of, but Tom had to use his super to go in. He won't be able to go as aggressive as he is, but a stun for Dredge, the connection is there. MMA is going low. It's the time and picked out enough. I think that Navi may just Tribe Gaming EU.
Мы одерживаем победу!
Absolute exaltation here for Navi. Competing in the
Navi,
ECA region,
лучшая
looking over
команда
at
в мире!
the competition in Europe. And thinking, yeah, we can take a piece of that. We can make splashes in that region. Well, now they've done so in one of the biggest ways possible. Downing crowd favourites Tribe EU in the first round of the World Finals. And you can see these champions of the past will remain champions of the
Великобритания
past.
проиграла со счету
It's not been a good
1-3.
day for EMEA.
Navi
It has
одержала
not been a good
победу.
day for EMEA. As again, I said from the beginning, you know, I fully expected us to
Спасибо,
see
Navi,
many
за
upsets
такую
this,
честную
over
игру.
the next 3 days, and it's the beauty of broad esports. You know, when
Это
people
просто
have
было жалко,
influence
Navi.
with these ideas, you know, of their
Проиграет со
predictions.
счетом
I'm just gonna put it out
1-2.
that I got awful wrong over. I'm that guy.
All your votes are
Вот это
Every
самый
single
трагичный момент.
one wrong.
Сейчас
And it just goes to show, you know, when you're in a
сборной
different environment, there are so many more factors at play.
Сборная России.
I mean, we've been talking about this every monthly final. I always ask you, how do you think this region stacks up? It's an impossible question to answer, really. Like, you should do it anyway, because, you know, all of these regions are competing at the same time. They're looking across at each other and going, okay, maybe we can do that better. Maybe we can adapt this strategy and make it our own.
Это
Both of these
просто
teams went for the mortars play. Tribe came out of the gates. Look at this. I mean, Dre just popping off. They came out of the gates confident, looking strong. But Navi, again, it was literally Khabib versus Conor. You know what I mean? Navi just got in control, slowly started to strip the Tribe, started to strip them away of all that bravado, and then strike the finishing blow. Really impressive stuff from Navi. They definitely weren't starstruck at all by this team, and Tribe just they didn't have honestly the composure to carry them through here.
I've got to be honest, that for me, if we had to choose a defining moment of when things started to turn in Navi's favor, was the bus play in Backyard Bomb. It just was. And from that point on, everything just started to click. And you know, I don't know who MVP will be. For me, it is Cube. It has to be Cube. That man was cycling every brawler he chose so successfully well. I think that alone of the issues that we're having in the Tribe side,
Завтра я буду
pretty much
стримить
just
по
a
другой
direct
команде.
result
И
of
я
him
буду тоже
on that
болеть
bus.
за эту команду.
Right, again, Buzz is just unbelievably powerful. It's not just the mobility that to get it right. So, first we saw it in Brawl Ball. We actually saw the cheeky tech, of course, by giving yourself that extra super with gadget to get a super shot. But